now we are going to bring Julia and Rosemary and Nikki all on camera. We have our usual APLGO hour. I have carved that into my summits. So from 12 to 1, we have an hour where we listen to various testimonials, various new products coming out. I'm not sure Julia's here. She knows a little more about the new products coming out, so we'll see how much she'll share with us, or how much, and also how much she knows, because they don't, we don't get told everything all at once. But I do know that Rosemary has to go to an appointment, so I'm going to let Rosemary tell us all about her high heel testimonial, and we're going to be talking about these products now. I just grabbed these two. These are not the two that, actually, I think Nikki says she's got all of them ready and beside her. So I'm going to let Nikki, these two are just beside me because I want to talk about these, because the relax and the happy, although the beauty is also really good, they're just lovely. These two products, super intense energies right now happening. In fact, last night was a full moon. The full moon energy doesn't go away right away. Just because it was a full moon yesterday doesn't mean we're not feeling the energy today, because we sure are. And so these two will help you with any kind of depression, any kind of just not feeling good about yourself, whatever. I mean, these energies will bring about all kinds of different feelings inside of yourself. So if you want a good night's sleep, take the relax. If you want to feel good throughout the day, it's literally called happy, HPY, happy, 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 without drugs, without alcohol, without so many things. And I will read all what it doesn't have in like a minute, and then I'm going to let Rosemary talk so she can go to her appointment and she doesn't get angry at me later and leave me nasty messages, which she would never do. I'm just making stuff up. So I just want to tell you what these are not. They are 100% natural, so they are, but what they're not is they are dairy-free, gluten-free, they're vegan, they're 100% vegan, they're non-GMO, they're halal, kosher, pesticide-free, soy-free, nut-free, alcohol-free. And we should put drug-free. Oh, we have drug-free at the end. Cruelty to animals free, non-toxic, egg-free, FDA approved, and Health Canada approved. So that is some of what they are, I guess, and more of what they're not, because it's important to understand that not only are they made natural, we've had children take this many, or even an entire packet, which is like this, and nothing's happened, because it's like eating, I don't know what's here, 6, 7, 8 bananas. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen to you if you can make room for 8 bananas, good for you. But nothing is going to happen from you eating 8 bananas. I mean, hopefully you're not going to eat 8 bananas, but there you go. If you do, or if your kids do, nothing will happen. Also, so I give these to dog, and we all pretty much have pets, and we all give it to our pets. And I'll leave some of that story for Nikki. She just had an interesting episode. In fact, she's got some really cool testimonials. I am going to let Rosemary talk right now because she has a really great story. Go for it, Rosemary.
Good morning or good afternoon, all of you. I'm so happy to be here, actually, because if there's one thing that I've learned over the last year and a half is that APLGO is a fabulous product. It has turned my life around in many, many different ways. And I won't get into all the details around it because that's Marianne's going to do that and has done a little bit now already. But I want to get on here to say that about a year and a half ago, I guess by now, I was introduced to the APLGO. And like everyone, it's like, really, how powerful is this thing? And does it really work? And why should I use it? Well, a couple of the issues, I had a couple of issues, and one of those was breathing. I had a lot of congestion, a lot of problems with my sinuses, and very difficult sleeping at night, particularly. I did not sleep very well at all. And I was introduced to a product, and I'll get Nikki to actually bring it up because I don't have it in front of me, is the ALT, A-L-T. And I was told to try this, get this, and take it at night before I go to bed, which I did. After about maybe 2 nights, I woke up the next morning, felt different. I could actually breathe. For the first time in a long time, I was breathing. I was able to, had no congestion, any of that stuff was gone. So I really am pleased with the ALT product. It has done wonders for me. The second one is I have a lot of issue around my bones and joints and a lot of inflammation. And one of the things that I was also introduced to is something for that area, that stuff. But what with the bones and my inflammation, I never wore heels. That was one thing I could never do because my weak ankles would literally just, I'd fall over quite a bit. A little clumsy maybe, but I used to fall a lot. And well, for that reason, I never wore heels. But I come up to there's an occasion coming up where I really wanted to feel great. I wanted to look great and get some new stuff, new clothes, maybe a new pair of shoes. So I went to the shoe store to take a look at the shoes that they had there. And I went to look for flats, which I always do. But I came across a pair of heels. Oh my gosh, they were so gorgeous. I said, I have to get them. Even if I only get to wear them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, that would be worth it because they were just beautiful. So the event came up and I took the shoes with me, the heels, and I put them on immediately as I arrived. And it was one of those events where you're standing and you're sitting and you're walking and you're talking and you're just moving all the time, all day long. And basically, I just went through the whole conference all day long. It wasn't until about mid-afternoon that a mentor and coach of mine appeared and said, you know what? I have never seen you look so good. And wow, I have never seen you in heels before. It was at that point I realized I was still wearing them from 9 o'clock in the morning till this was around 3 o'clock. And I had no heel issues and falling over issues. It was problem free. So I want to say thank you to SLD and STP. SLD was for the, the inflammation and the support and being able to move with that, move with ease. Detox and cleansing, it's all part of that. And the second one was STP. Thank you, Nikki. STP is for the pain support, minor joint issues, all of those things, and basically pain management. So I was taking both of those over quite a period of time. I still take them because I still have joint problems, but they are a relief. Oh my gosh, I feel so much better now that I'm taking them. So that's my testimonial on that, but all the products are great. And really what it is, it's a matter of sitting down and figuring out what your pain or issues are so that you know which ones you want to go to and take. We will sit down, you can come and see me, we'll sit down, we'll talk about it and figure out what your needs and wants are. Marianne has on the screen the SLD, which is helping you move, inflammation. Fantastic product. The STP was for the ease of pain management, and it was great too. Anyway, I want to thank Marianne very much for allowing me to speak. Again, if anyone wants more information, more than happy to help you with that. Figure out what you need for your own body. And Marianne, I think, is doing that as well. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you so much, Rosemary, for taking time out of your crazy busy day. Rosemary is actually a mortgage agent out here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada as well. And she is finally getting like super busy because the real estate market has picked up a tiny bit. And we're all mortgage agents, we're counting on them. So thank you so much for that. And thanks for coming out and sharing your story. It's one of my favorite stories to hear. And it's different, right? Because I don't have that story. I have a different one, and it's so good to hear. And that was not me. That was our amazing fearless leader, Julia, with her amazing graphics, because she does all the graphics for us. And she's also, we're so blessed. She makes us, when you come onto our team, she makes us a special website, and she's also a graphic artist. So if you need an amazing graphic artist, Julia's your girl. Thanks, Rosemary. Have a great day. Thank you so much. And I think, Julia, would you like to come on and speak now?
I would love to. I always love to, unless Nikki and Amanda would like to share.
They will. Why don't you go first, please? Thank you.
I will. Okay, that sounds terrific. I will definitely do that. I'm so excited to be here. So we do have some new products that are coming out. That is exactly what Marianne addressed a minute ago. But I do have to say something. Candace's story is incredibly inspirational. And to me, that is not just a story of health, but that's a story of courage, because she could have very easily rolled over. And Nikki, I know, and Amanda, I know, actually all of us, I know we all have our health stories. It's really, it is a testimony to how strong we are as people, as humans. And it's because we didn't give up. We didn't roll over. I don't share my long story so much, but I will say that there's always a story behind everything that goes on in our lives. I'm trying to fix my screen here. Let me go ahead and share my screen real quick, because I have a little graphic for you guys. Let's do it like this. We are launching some new products soon. This is probably one of the most exciting times I've ever had with this company, because the two products, or the products that we're launching, we're actually launching 2 brand new lozenges, 2 of our brand new lozenge drops, and a brand new product, which is a pendant. And I am so excited. This is going to be over the course of winter 2024-25. I say that because I don't know exactly when everything is coming. I know it's on the way. It's en route. Marianne is definitely taking pre-orders right now for some of the products. But I want to share with you what I got. So my name is Julia. I've been with the company since July of 2020. So it's been a couple of years. I specifically remember the first time that I started using some of our lozenge drops, thinking to myself, I wonder where I'll be in 2 months, 6 months. Let's see if I keep taking this for a year. I've never done that before. I've never taken anything for a year. I think the only thing I've done consistently is brush my teeth since I was a child. You know what I mean? So I kept thinking, I wonder what's going to happen to me. Like, what I'll be like. Here I am 4 years later with consistency and using these products. And what was just launched was this new Terra activity pendant. I have been wearing mine nonstop. Can you see? It's kind of reflective. There's a slight texture, but that beautiful lotus leaf logo on there, which our logo is actually a little off center. It's a little twist turned like that. On the back, it's numbered and authenticated. I'm number 49. 49 is that precipice number I always think of. It's the number before something grand. That's how I think of the number 49. I think everybody kind of is signified by the number they receive. So this is what happened. I was invited to attend a special conference in Moldova. Moldova is near Ukraine. That's where our factory is located. And this was an enormous trek. I was doing this by myself. I was flying through Istanbul. I had to be brave. This wasn't something that years ago. In fact, in July of 2020, I can promise you, I did not have the courage to do that. I would never have done that. But what ended up happening is I ended up going to this trip and seeing this factory. The entire time I felt like I was with Willy Wonka. It was as if any dream I had could come true. And I don't know if you've ever felt that way. I used to be afraid to make a vision board or a goal statement because I was afraid of putting my goals into the ether, that they wouldn't come true. Do you know anybody like that? That's so fearful of what may or may not happen that they can't even legitimately put something out into the space. That was me. I know it's hard to believe if you know me, because you're probably thinking that doesn't sound anything like Julia, but it's true. That's where I was. My biggest dream has always been to be a presenter on television, or a live presenter, an international presenter. That dream came true for me. I've now presented in countries outside of the United States as well as in the United States. And I actually feel like royalty and a princess, because what I wanted, they waved a magic wand. But let me tell you a little bit about what transpired while we were there. The pendants were introduced. So first comes along these amazing negative ion lozenges that you allow to absorb into your mouth, go directly into your bloodstream. I'm taking these products. My body, my humanity has changed radically since 2020. I'm just going to tell you radically. I am a completely different person and being than I was before, because of all the amazing nutrition my body is finally getting. I actually think I was like one of those people who never gets nutrition. That's actually where I was. They were going to put me on injectable nutrition because I was so malnourished, truly. And now I'm like this garden. I have this living garden inside me, always popping up. But let me go ahead and share with you about this amazing new product that has been introduced into our lineup. It is a limited edition product. There are not that many. In fact, there's only 1,000 for the entire company, which means that there are not enough for every single person to even get one. There's a limit to how many can be purchased, and you must be enrolled in the company or know someone who's enrolled in order to place an order. So you will have to speak to Marianne in order to get one of these amazing Terra pendants. And again, they are limited edition. So this is it. The pendant itself in this graphic doesn't show the texture, but it does have a texture to it, which is really beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It does have some weight to it. It is about, I would say, 1/4 of an inch thick. And it is absolutely amazing what has happened to me in my body since I started using this. One of my issues that I had was vertigo and terrible, horrible, crippling jet lag. So when I went on this trip to Moldova, I assumed when I came back, it would be 2 weeks before I would feel better. It was exactly immediate. I never had any jet lag because I was wearing my pendant. The pendant actually has volcanic ash and crystals that have terahertz activity. They reduce stress and anxiety, slow the aging process, promote cell permeability, improve your balance and your body's strength. Now, I'm one person that can tell you a story, but I will tell you, Marianne is about to receive a video that will have some amazing actual showing you how it works, demonstrations and testimonials on it, so that you can learn more about it. But you can also get one of these little brochures to take a look at and read it a little bit better. This particular graphic also goes into greater detail on the electromagnetic fields, the negative frequencies. She can get that to you, as well as some of the more scientific information that I am totally unfamiliar with, but is on this graphic as well. She will share this with you. Suffice to say, it is a tool that I never want to be away from. Can last 50 years. Other people have told me that it can be recharged in the moonlight, as well as sitting on top of a quartz, as well as sitting out in the sun for 2 to 3 hours, but you would only need to do that maybe 3 times a year. Absolutely incredible. There is something similar to this on the market right now that runs about $450 and is not as powerful as this tool, which will protect you from the EMF from your cell phone, your computer, things like that. But this tool right here, the one that's on the market now, is about $450. This one will be about $140 US. So just wanted to share that with you guys and tell you all about it. And I hope that is what you were hoping I would share, Marianne. Did you want me to share also about the new drop? There will be 2 new drops, new candies.
Yes, please, if you can. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted you to talk about. However, I just want to point out that there are other similar products out there that are not only 400, but I know of some really great ones that are $2,000 in USD. That's an awful lot more in Canadian, and this is significantly less and much more available to the public. I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, so this is something that was very unknown to me. I am not familiar with this technology like Marianne is. Marianne is a doctor of metaphysics, right? So she knows the depth and the breadth of what this will do. I only can tell you my personal life experience, which has been radical, including my husband borrowing it from me for an hour to get rid of his back pain because we only have one. And really, I had to release my energy from it and let him take on the energy, and then he gave it back to me and released his energy and gave it back to me because I don't want his electrics or his frequencies on mine. So let me just say this. This is I'm missing 3 of the candies from here, but this is a card of the new product that came out. On the back, it doesn't have any information. So when Nikki was holding up the product that Rosemary was talking about, just to give you an idea, all of our products are labeled on the back. See that they have our logo, which is the leaf, like the necklace is, and it says APL, and then the other graphic says that it's BRN. This one is brain. This one is BRN brainy. I can see somebody's wanting to. There we go. But this product does not have any labeling on it. This was not quite a test run, but kind of sort of similar to being a test run. They don't really want to tell us yet what the ingredients are or what this is going to do, but I will tell you this is the game changer product. I'm not allowed to release the specifics on this, but I can tell you this product is something that every single creature has been craving and wanting to reverse the hands of time. If you would like to have Benjamin buttons in your house, this is one of these things that you're going to want. Now, I can tell you about the flavor. They told us that it should taste like mango. It is literally, if you've tried any of our products, you know that they are incredibly flavorful, correct? Like some of them make your mouth water. They're so juicy and flavorful. This one is flavorful and aromatic. One of the women said that she could taste rose hips, and I think that's what I'm tasting. It is absolutely the most beautiful flavor I've ever tried, and I've only had one, but I can't wait till they come out. This is another thing to get on the waiting list. So when you get some more information, November 11th, which is our company's 13th anniversary. That's right, we're not a new company. On our anniversary date, you're going to learn more about the products as well, which is extremely exciting. Thank you for letting me share as long as you did. I apologize if I spoke too long. I hope this information was of value to you because when it comes to health and healthology, as someone who I was healthy all my young life. And it wasn't until I became an adult that I started having health issues. And I can truly say that now I feel like I did when I was like 20. And that's a big deal because I'm not 20. But I want to thank you. You're not 20 either. Marianne just looks 20. I know. It's amazing. Marianne's skin, her hair, her complexion, the color of her hair. Look how bright and beautiful her smile is. Marianne is an example, a 100% example of exactly what these products will do for you when you're not even looking. And look at Nikki. Actually, all of us, Amanda, Rosemary. Now, Tammy, I can't see you because you're in a shadow, beautiful girl, but I know you're just as gorgeous too. I just will say that if you compare our photos, and I have a picture from the week before I was introduced to the product, 1 week before and now, and you compare the radiance in my hair, my skin, my fingernails, my eyelashes, my eyes, if you compare what I look like now and then, you will see that there's a dramatic difference. So thank you. I humbly appreciate you letting me share and go on and on. Thank you.
I was really hoping you would come on and share because I really wanted to sort of give it this little bit of a launch on here because we really will have the product in. I think it will be available for order within the next week or so, or let's say 10 days-ish. We're hoping.
Well, we are hoping, right. We are hoping. Sometimes things get caught in customs and things like that. So, you know, yes, we'll say
It's
by
all good.
November 11th, I'll say by a month from now. 3
Oh,
weeks.
for sure. But you know, the beauty of the pendant is that not that anyone has reported any allergic reactions, but if you're afraid of putting anything into your body, there's nothing here to put into your body, nothing. So we don't need to be careful with anything because you're not putting it into your body. You're hanging onto it. You're letting it sit around your neck. You're holding it. It's in your pocket. It's beside you. I don't know, on a night table. I'm certainly getting more than one because I want one at home. I want one for myself that I carry with me, and I want at least one other separate one that I will let people try. So there'll be all kinds of different energies around that. So that's why I want to keep it separate. But that's just me. I have numerous other gifts and things that I'm going to be giving out to people. So I love. Thank you so much, Julia, also from your crazy busy schedule. Thank you so much. And now we will hear a little bit from, let's see, let's go to Amanda and hear her story. Thank you so much, Julia. Have yourself a fantastic day. Amanda, come on up and tell us all about your experience.
Thank you for having me, Marianne. And so, yeah, I'll just get into it. So I joined APLGO probably, I'd say about over 6 months ago with Marianne. And in the beginning, my goals were simply just to cut the energy drinks out and just start feeling less fatigue and, you know, just feeling better in general. And so I got into the product. I started with the GTS and the STP, and I was really successful with those. I noticed right away I wasn't like I could function without having to rely on multiple energy drinks a day. I wasn't craving the caffeine and the sugar constantly. And I had a little bit of bloating from when you have a lot of sugar. It's really bad for your body. It actually just feeds parasites. So I had the stomach swell from that, from all the sugar and all that kind of stuff. So then I was able to get onto our MLS product, which is the orange flavored one. And that's part of the detox. And that one did really awesome. I lost most of the belly bloating, and I just started feeling really good. So within a short period of time, I was taking the GTS, the STP, and the MLS, and I noticed that that fatigue had pretty much gone away, and I was meeting my health goals very easily. So I have a busy schedule, so it was easy for me to just take these products with me, and I didn't have to make a mess. I didn't have to worry about forgetting anything because they were just in my purse and they were right there. And so then Marianne suggested the HPY, the Happy, and I love that one. That one's one of my favorites. And I take that one all the time. And that one also helps me with my monthly cycle with the cramps as well. That one works amazing. Love that one. And basically all of the products I have tried, but the Relax that Marianne just had up there, that one I take usually a couple hours before bed, and I can get, you know, 5 and 6 hours without being interrupted of sleep. And I get up at, everybody knows I get up super early, like 3, 4 in the morning, and I do my writing thing. So that one has really helped me a lot as well. But my favorite product, I can't pick one because they're all so great. But yeah, if you wanted to get off of any kind of, like, a lot of people struggle with like sugar, alcohol, nicotine. Everybody has their own little vice. So that one's the one that I always suggest for people to go on, because that one, I had a lot of good results with that one. So that was the STP and the GTS. And especially if you get that afternoon kind of fog at, you know, in the afternoon, most of us, we go for that coffee or that tea, that caffeine pick me up. So I don't do that anymore. I have my candies and my water, And I feel good about that because I don't have to worry about, oh, I'm having too much caffeine. So I've had a lot of luck and a lot of great results with the product. And I also really want to mention, I know it's probably already been mentioned, but the SLD, that one, I have a lot of inflammation and pain in my body from my car accident. So that one has also really helped me too. And those ones I take 2 at a time, and I find they work the best with taking 2 at a time. But those are my favorite products. And obviously I love with being surrounded by the people that are here and all the other ones. So, I mean, if you're looking to meet health goals and you're looking to network and connect with awesome people who know their stuff, know the products, who just can tell you so much about them, these are your people. So yeah, that's basically my testimonial.
Right,
Yeah.
thank you. I just want to say that Amanda is the new, it's not so new anymore, but newish owner of Magnetic Entrepreneur. We both share the same coach, Robert J. Moore, who is typically on these, couldn't make it today. So very, very amazing. She is up in the North End. So I encourage you to connect with whoever spoke to you the most. So whoever you feel drawn to, that's who you should go to. We all sell it. Everything is great. We all benefit from each other. It's all fantastic. So thank you so much, Amanda. She's busy publishing books, and she made time for us to come on here. So thank you so much for that. I am now going to pass everyone over to Miss Nikki Cruz.
Hey, and thank you. I love being on here because I'm so passionate about I'm passionate about everything, if you know me. But what these candies have done for me has been amazing. And I started off saying, oh yeah, another result, person who's telling me they have the answer. I've had many health challenges, and everybody gives you advice. Everybody says this is the thing. And it was a friend, so I thought, well, I'll be supportive and I'll buy a box. And I bought the box that I thought would appeal to me, and that was the NRM, which is for sugar management. And I never thought I would ever take them, and I put them down there, thought I've done my thing. And one day my sugar was running high. It was 229. I remember this so clearly. And suddenly thought, well, instead of taking my insulin right now, let's see if this helps. Now, I'm not recommending anyone don't take the insulin, all right? However, I thought this was worth trying. And I popped a candy. And I thought, well, that's crazy. I'm trying to get my sugar down, and here I am sucking a candy, of all things. And in 10 minutes, my sugar had dropped to 180. And within an hour, my sugar had dropped to 129. So within normal range. And I thought, okay, well, that's coincidence. It's not real. Because we're all such skeptics. Kept all my insulin there, on the side, and took my regular insulin, which I still do. But then I tried it the next day again, and it worked. And then my husband had a horrible experience where his sugar was way high, and he doesn't take insulin. So he popped a candy. And if anyone's more skeptical than me about these things, it's my husband. And it worked. So NRM became a thing for me. And suddenly I became more curious. If this one candy could help me in this area, what about the others? And as I've gone on, I've tried different ones. Of the 18 different products, there's something that addresses everything. And I'm not suggesting that you jump off any medication or anything else, but I am suggesting you be open-minded about what these can do, because I was so skeptical. And not just for me, but I recently had an issue where my dearly beloved cat, who sat by me for 11 years in a wheelchair, I thought was going to die. We had her at the vet. We had her at the vet. We had her at the vet. The dollar signs were racking up. And I eventually said to Marianne, there's no ways I'm going to put this poor cat through surgery or anything else. I'm going to just make her comfortable and we see what happens. Well, I diluted some of the candies and I didn't know what to use because I'm not an expert in this. So what did I do? I called Marianne, said, what do I use? What do I use? And that's what's amazing about this community. There's always somebody on call who can give you direction. And my customers, if they want to get something, I just double check what is the best for them. And I can tell you right now, and I'll come back to the cat, I am so confident about this that when I was in hospital 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't as bad as I would have been without my candies, I told my doctor all about these. I handed her a brochure, told her about them, and she just looked and said, oh, they're all natural. She said they haven't got these other ingredients in, and she was really excited about it. Now, if I didn't believe in this product, there's no ways I would have done that. And that's why I share them. That's why I send out samples. That's because I want people's lives to be improved. I believe we all get to live our best lives. But so does my cat. So I dissolved a couple of the candies in water. I didn't really know what was wrong with the cat, nor did anybody. But none of these are going to be harmful. So it was okay. And I dissolved it in water and she wasn't even drinking. So we injected a bit into her mouth. And she didn't object to the taste. She objected to having stuff shoved down her throat. And you know what, my cat, this was about a month ago. And we slowly, one of the things I was giving her was the air. And she was so congested. We could hear her wheezing. And suddenly, this cat was sneezing mucus. This cat was getting the stuff out of her system. So it was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I was trying to blow my cat's nose. That she didn't like. And she's now running around, sitting next to me and totally healthy. In the meantime, my other cat had an allergic reaction to mosquito bites, and she had across her entire nose, she had this sores, and it looked, we thought she had been in a fight. This allergic reaction to mosquito bites is exactly a thing, but it's a reaction. It's an allergic reaction. So she gets candies too. And you know what? All that scabbing, all those scars is now almost completely gone. It's raw. But you know what? I love my cats, so I give them candies. I love my husband, so I give him candies. I love all my friends. So much so that I have one lady who I know is going to be an incredible testimonial. When this pendant comes out, she's getting one for Christmas. What an amazing gift. What an amazing gift to give somebody you love, especially if they like I was in the beginning and they're skeptical. So if you want to have one of these, I mean, I've seen some of the videos. I've seen Julia balancing, falling over, and then someone trying to push her over, and it was like there was this magnetic form through her body. And let me tell you, I know nothing about metaphysics. Well, I used to know nothing about metaphysics. However, I've been around Marianne, I've been around these other ladies. I've heard the scientific research being discussed. There are white papers on this. And if you're somebody that needs that, we've got that to give you. I'm one of these people who's not into that. Just tell me if it works. If it works, that's good enough for me. So we have something to answer your questions wherever you're at. Don't be a skeptic. And if you want to get this pendant, you do need to be an affiliate because they are in such limited supply. So do that now. It is so worth it. And let me tell you, pill bottles from the doctors grow babies. Have you ever noticed that? These nutritional supplements are all natural, and the only babies they grow are the more you want to take because they're so good and they can't harm you. I'm so passionate about these because they have changed my life. And I have hope that things in my body are going to heal that I had written off because of the way these work. And if you want to ask me the tech questions, let me tell you, I'm going to refer you back to Julia, I'll sit on a call with you with her. If you want to know about the metaphysics side, I'll sit on a call with you with Marianne. That's if you're one of my people. But really be curious. It can make your life dramatically different. So that's enough for me. Any questions? Drop them in the chat and I'll come back and answer them.
Thank you so much, Nikki. Please stay tuned with Nikki. After this, we're going to have Tammy speak, and then we'll pretty much be done. Jose will speak, and then Nikki will be speaking about what else she does, and then Nikki and I will tie it up with everything else. So thank you so much for sharing such great information. So I don't have a cat, I have a dog, and I use it with my dog. So it was so good to hear. And Nikki was like, I don't know what to do. And I said, we have candies, just put them in the water and give her some and let's see what happens. I mean, it can't hurt them. That's for sure. It can only help them. And she was so sure, like she was almost in tears. I mean, it was, you know, it's hard. And to us pet people, pets are like kids. So it's hard. Anyways, with that, I bring you Miss Tammy Williams, who is also one of our sponsors. Tammy, would you like to tell us some of your experiences with the APLGO?
Yes, I want to.
You just came back from Jamaica. Oh,
look at, hello. Oh, that's her cat. First of all, I want to say thank you so very much, Marianne. The leadership with this APLGO company is just off the charts. And I say that because between you and Julia, who I'm the closest to, you guys are always available. You are there to answer questions, and you just go above and beyond. I mean, I know you probably don't think that, but you really do, and I love it. And so it's beautiful to be with heart-centered individuals. For me, I'm that girl who, lives off of 4 hours of sleep, healthy, not having any issues. I don't know what I'm made of, but I'm so thankful to God for what I am made of. And Marianne had introduced these products to me, and they became addicted because they taste like candy. So I'm like popping them all the time. But the beautiful thing I can share is the different people that I've introduced it to. The BRN for focus, our son, big deal because he just entered high school. But when you introduced it to me, he was in grade 8, and he was having some challenges to keep focused on the work that he was doing. And within 2 days, he was totally different from this. And so this is one of our favorites. And then, of course, with my husband, the STP helps him out with a little bit of shoulder pain that he gets sometimes. He's a truck driver doing 10, 12-hour shifts. So that neck and this part of his shoulder, he had to go on a regular basis to physiotherapy. But since taking these STP, he's not going to physiotherapy, and he has a plan with his company to basically get it for free. But why is he going? Because he doesn't need to go. So now he's just taking these STP. And so I even have testimonials from my mom who had knee replacement surgery. After taking them, after several days, she was getting up off the couch without using the cane. And she's like, it can't be because of these. I said, yeah, it can. And you're going to keep taking these. It's just, and what I love about this, it's so simple. It's just a matter of people trying it, I find, because once they start to try it, I think, Marianne, you said this best, that we get used to just operating at a certain level. A little bit achiness, a little bit of this, a little bit of tightness. But as soon as you start taking these and you start doing all these other things without the achiness that you had, you realize that, whoa, there was really something going on, but I didn't know. And so I just came back from a 1-week vacation, and I ate a lot of food. And thankfully I had MLS and NRM to help me. And I do feel that that helped to keep my body, I don't know if I can say this properly, but it helped me to keep my body the same. Like, I was eating a lot and drinking a lot, but I can tell you with those 2 supplements, some people go away on vacation, they're not as regular. They're not as energetic because they fall off on taking their vitamins, but I was popping these like candy. And so it's been a godsend for me. And I just tell people all the time, you don't know what you don't know, and just to try them and see how it goes. Even the other day, I started to get a little bit of sniffles, and I started taking the alt. I took the alt within like about 4 hours of me taking it and having a little nap. Guess what? I didn't feel the little sniffles that I had, and I'm allergic to dust, ragweed, and grass. So this is the season for it. So I just want to say thank you. I'm so happy to be a part of this company, and I just love the products. And I just want to share it with more people, and I just know it's based on sharing. And I'm so happy for the sample packages because they make it so easy for us. I carry these with me, and so, I'm not looking for people that have something wrong, but when they tell me something, I say, try these. Just try it and taste it and see if you like it. And the package is so easy for people to use and also for us to get. And APL Go sometimes give it to us with our products that we buy, and we can also buy them separately, or our person that is interested can buy them themselves. So there's lots of things for us to help people out, and it's so great to be able to help people because isn't that what we're here for in this world, is to help people. So I'm so proud to be a part of this healthology. Thank you so very much for giving me a chance to talk about this. I love the products. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And I know you're still recovering from Jamaica. I'm sure that was really hard for
Yeah.
you. Hopefully I'll get that chance to do all that hard work as well, because that couldn't have been easy. I saw some of your pictures and I'm like, oh, poor thing. Look at her working so hard. And you
Yes.
never take a vacation. So good for you for finally taking one. I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
And thank you
Thank
for
you so much.
sharing. I was thinking of Gord, your husband, the other day. I did a very long drive.
Mm,
I went to go look at a house, of course, because that's what I do. And it was a very long drive. So it was like 3 hours, an hour of driving around, and pretty much 3 hours back. The traffic was hideous. And I thought to myself, I came back with a bit of not even a bit, but like a quite a backache from
right.
sitting the whole time. I
Yep.
literally got up to get gas. I looked at the house, which really didn't take more than 10, 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes probably. And maybe one more time I got out. I'm not sure. And that was
Right.
it. Everything else was like, oh gosh, that's so much driving because I got caught up in traffic. So I think it probably took me like 3.5 hours to get back. Who
Wow.
knows? And I thought of Gord and other truck drivers. I'm going, oh my God, I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah.
Like I know that they get used to it, so then the pain isn't quite as excruciating.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reaching out for the Advil, and I thought, I'm not marketing Advil. I probably shouldn't have said that. But anyways, and I thought, no, you know what? I'll just take the SLD and the STP. Let's see if that helps. That actually did a better job because it took down the inflammation
Yeah.
fast. And I don't think that the other one wouldn't have worked. Advil probably would have worked if I had, taken like 2 right away. It probably would have. But I was so happy that this worked, and oh my God, so much better.
Yeah. So much knowledge. I've learned so much from you and Julia and the other leaders, like to realize how inflammation plays such a factor in some of the pain that people have in certain illnesses. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the inflammation stuff. You know what's interesting too? I found out as I've been reading the ingredients and watching Mary Gilbert Esther, and she talks about the DNA of plant DNA and what a lot of the things that we have as ingredients in our products is what people are actually telling people to drink
Yep.
and make up all these concoctions. And let me tell you something, we don't have time to do that, to chop up, to peel, to put in a blender, all the actual ingredients in these products, and they're all here in the ingredients. Just simple, so easy to carry, pop it in your mouth, and that's it. But the other way is so much time consuming. So yeah, I just cannot believe it. The things that people are talking about, the ginger root and the turmeric and all these other things, they're right here, just at our fingertips.
Mhm. Yep. They're absolutely amazing. And the fact that they're all natural, I never have to worry about, oh my gosh, did my dog get to it? I've had a lot of my clients have told me that their kids have eaten like an entire, even an entire box in some cases. And
Yeah.
they're like, nothing's going to happen, right? And I go, nothing's going to happen. Nothing actually, like maybe, worst case scenario, their stomach might be upset, but I can't, even that hasn't happened. Like literally nothing has happened.
Yeah, I'm
And
getting really good at taking out one of the sleeves and hiding it and just making it seem there's only one.
Yeah.
because that's how they're just disappearing.
Yes, because you have a large family, so of course people will just come around and just go, oh, let me pop one, let me pop one. So thank you so much for sharing
Thank
that.
you so
That's
much.
amazing. That's amazing, actually. And yes, especially right after your trip. So sorry, according to the GM of the factory, George. Oh, I see. Okay, very good. After 3, the same products, it's just candy. Oh, I see. Yes, yes. We were just told that 3 is pretty much enough. Although having said that, I still take, like if I take it early in the morning, like today, I got up at 5, so I've been up early. So my morning intake was fairly early. Now, if I take one again, maybe at, I don't know, 7 o'clock, that's almost like, that's a long time. I would think I'd be okay with that, but you know, adding some extra and stuff if there's enough space in between. But yeah, no, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that your husband has some relief from that after feeling that exact pain. And then I saw, you know, Gord, her husband's very tall. And so tall men in particular, taller people have a tendency to have backache anyways. So it's just, you know, it just adds to the existing pain anyways. But anyways, thank you everyone so much for sharing that.
Marianne, I just want to add there, when we're saying no more than 3 of the same candies, if you want them to be effective, it's of the same candy. So you can take MLS, Air, GST, and take 2 of each of those, they will still be effective. Because when I first saw that, I thought, oh, how am I going to choose which ones to take? No, you can combine them, but they aren't effective if you take more than 3 of the same candy.
So true. So true. Yeah, so you don't want to take more than, well, I don't know why you would take 3. I have taken 2 at a time. And so I will take sometimes 2 in the morning, 2 at night, but there's a lot of space in between. I don't know if that 4th one works or not. I don't typically, most of everything I take, you know, morning, then somewhere in midday, and then again in the evening. So it's all good. It's all good.
They taste so good that it doesn't really matter if you take. There are times when I'm craving a sweet, and instead of taking a sweet, I take an appropriate candy, and
Yeah.
it just resolves the problem.
It does actually curb your sweet tooth. I want to say something. I want to speak to that for a moment before Jose comes to join us. I don't know where he is. He's usually right on time, but he did get a new baby, so who knows. So can you do me a favor, Nikki? Can you message Jose and see if he's coming? I do want to say something to the sugar craving, because the NRM is for anyone who is having any kind of blood sugar issues. And so if you are indeed trying to lose weight as well, and you're using our PFT, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, even if I don't necessarily want to lose the weight and I'm eating all kinds of crazy, we just had Thanksgiving here in Canada this past weekend, and it was crazy. The amount of food I had, like I was celebrating 3 days in a row. It was nuts. And I loved it, but I did take my PFT and I didn't gain. I didn't lose, obviously, with that. Certainly no one would lose with that amount of food, but it was really fantastic. But the NRM has really done a number. I come from a family when I was little, we lived with my dad's parents, and you know, babies are loud, so they would put sugar onto the pacifier and just shove it into my mouth, right, to shut me up. And so I think that was part of my reason for sugar cravings. And so I've had deep, deep sugar cravings my whole life. And while I'm not diabetic, and I do have it in my family, my grandmother on my mother's side was hardcore diabetic, as is my uncle, her brother. And then my dad was somewhat diabetic. And diabetes, of course, has a tendency to lead to dementia and so on and so forth, as they're finding out now. So for myself, since taking NRM, I definitely have to say that my appetite for sugar has come down so much. Even my friends are commenting when I'm at a party, they're like, wow, you're not eating nearly the cakes that you used to. And I'm like, after a while, that sugary taste in my mouth just doesn't feel so good anymore, and I love that. I didn't think that day would ever come. I thought I was hooked on sugar for the rest of my life. And the only way to stop this is to make myself stop eating it, and it's not true. I don't eat even a fraction of what I used to. I mean, I could put away, if I went to a buffet or a party or anything like that, I was always heavier on the dessert than I was on the actual food. And now I'm the opposite. I'm much heavier on the food I happen to really love vegetables, which is probably what saves me. I eat a lot of vegetables. I cook a lot of vegetables. I make them. I eat a lot of salads. I love that. So I do like meat and I do eat it. I did not eat it for about 18 years, 19 years. I can't even remember how long. It was a long time, but I do eat it now, and not in huge, large amounts, but veggies. Oh my gosh, I love veggies. And you know what I was craving? A little bit, not so much the carb part, because I do have like quinoa pasta and so on and so forth, and chickpea pasta. But I really wanted some pasta with some veggies. Like that was my big, huge craving after Thanksgiving, which was absolutely amazing. So